Welcome to another episode of the Heating Up podcast. It's a Sara and Mike show today. No Sasha. This might be the lost episode part 2. Who knows? Stay tuned. This could be a very vintage piece here that, who knows, some people may never hear it, but we hope you do. We're going to talk about the NBA playoffs, get into a little bit of that and where things are progressing as we finish the conference semifinals. We're going to go into the NFL schedule release, talk about our respective teams, Cowboys, Bills. We'll save the Giants for Sasha when he comes back. Maybe not. Not sure if anyone actually really wants to hear that or not. No offense, Sasha, talking about the Giants there. But yeah, we'll get into a little bit of the NFL schedule, close it out with the PGA Championship, day 1 as we're recording this. So we'll kind of give our projections from here and then finish things off as always with the heat check. So stay tuned and keep listening. And here we go.
Hello, friends. I'm Jim Nance, and I'll welcome you to a tradition unlike any other.
He's heating up!
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
He's on fire! Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo! Sensational! Boom shakalaka!
You believe in miracles? Yes!
There it goes! See ya!
He's heating up!
Trying to get open, fires away!
Fire! It's over! The Bulls win at the buzzer! He's on fire!
Touchdown!
All right, here for another episode. No Sasha to lead us through here, so we're gonna ride by the seat of our pants and fly through things as we go here. Mike,
what an intro! What an intro!
Oh, thank you.
Can I just say that was well done?
No chat GPT here for me helping out.
That's right. That's right. All natural.
All natural pod here. So let's start off NBA playoffs. Things have been heating up here. Honestly, we're kind of eliminating some teams. We've got some 2 good series still going here. Kick it off with the Celtics Knicks. I wish Sasha was here for this one because we're coming off the Knicks loss, so I really would have liked to hear from him a few days ago. But curious, Mike, you're his best friend. You're in his brain. Where is he at? Does he think the Celtics are going to win this series? What do you think? What does he think?
Well, first of all, his belly is probably so full of Vietnamese cuisine and alcohol that I don't even know if he knows what day it is over there. But he's I would imagine Sasha's probably pessimistic right now. And I would say that's probably a good place to be right now. I'm nervous for the Knicks. A lot of pressure now to close this out in New York. Timothy Chalamet is going to be looking hot with his untied Timberlands and shorts. How many Kardashians will he bring to this game?
The limit does not exist. I don't think he might just suit up. I honestly think he might just end up suiting up and like trying to get out there at some point because he's inching closer and closer to like being on the actual court during each game. That it's certainly possible.
Yeah, it's a lot. This has got to be the most pressure-packed game of my lifetime for the New York Knicks. Because I know they were in the finals, but they had no chance when they played against the Spurs when they were the 8th seed. And like, sure, I'm sure the Garden, I know the Garden was crazy for it. They have been down bad for so long and have taken on the identity of like a team that can't get over the hump or, doesn't play. Like they've been basically a huge disappointment that now they're on the precipice. Jason Tatum ruptures his Achilles. Sarah, that's not good.
No.
Is he coming back?
Not good. I don't
No? Okay.
This year, next year, unclear still.
Can I tell you, I felt for him as a guy who's been fearing tearing my Achilles, and it looked as bad as I feared mine might look one day.
Yeah. Yep. The gunshot. It basically sounds like and feels like you got shot. So no, you hate to see it. I think everyone here on this podcast is rooting for the Knicks, but no one roots for injuries. It would have been, if the Knicks end up winning this, it would have been even nicer if it was with Tatum. Obviously, if the Celtics win without Tatum, kind of funny also. But
yes,
I don't think I'm wishing for that. Yeah, I hope the Knicks close it out. I think you're right. Sasha's probably pessimistic as he was last week, kind of sitting almost in the same spot, just traded 2 games really since that time, since we last recorded. But obviously, big one coming up, and hopefully they can get it done. I think we all knew the Celtics were going to win Game 5 just coming off of that. Usually when there's a key, star player injury, the team kind of rallies and wins the next one. So I felt like that was predictable that you had other players stepping up. I mean, they were getting it. Jaylen Brown was great. Luke Cornett game for the Celtics. He was everywhere.
7 blocks.
Yep. Yeah. he was like a machine out there. That was like the perfect spark plug that they needed. Just someone coming off the bench and Porzingis is still, who knows what he's doing.
Well, they needed somebody, right? They needed
Right.
somebody who could play basketball because Porzingis is not a basketball player right now.
What is
Zombie Porzingis?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's unclear what's going on there, but that's exactly what they needed. Obviously, home game win. So I feel like that was predictable. I think here, though, the Knicks, obviously, if they can lock in, they should be able to get it done. It's funny, though, because this year, I feel like the Knicks, like, just because of the style of play and the minutes they all put in, you definitely felt like they were petering out a little bit last year, like when we got to this point in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of that yet, but who knows how much this series will weigh on them as we, go into Game 6.
Did you see Josh Hart's injury?
Yeah, that was instantaneous. Like, you don't usually see
I've
that
never seen so much blood. I thought he was about to die. I thought something really terrible was about to happen.
I was like, maybe they called his eye out. I don't know, because the speed. He usually
it was pouring out of his face.
Yeah, when you like cut yourself and then like you're like, ooh, that was bad, and then you look and there's no blood at first, and then like it comes. That was literally instantaneous blood everywhere.
I've only bled like that once, and it was from ironically a basketball. I had somebody hit me in the nose, so I just had a nosebleed. Only time I ever had that, and I thought I was going to die when that was happening. And this wasn't his nose, and I immediately had DeMar Hamlin flashbacks.
Yeah,
of like this guy's about to die on the court. Did you? Because like Cornette, because the announcers didn't totally figure it out.
No.
So I was going out to literally it's garbage night, so I switched the game onto my cell phone. And I'm just totally wasting time. And that play happens on my phone. And I look and I see him go down. And I was like, oh, and I literally said out loud, I'm like, Josh Hart just gets killed in these games. And it cuts to him. And I audibly in my kitchen was like, oh my God, that is so much blood.
Yeah. Literally dripping down the other side. Like it came from
pouring like a gunshot. Oh my God. It was.
Yeah.
And you saw the announcers like a minute later, they figured it out. And then they were like scrambling to like change the subject. Yeah. They're like, oh no. Yeah, that was bad.
The angles that they replayed it too, I was like, I can't. Obviously, we weren't getting the best angle, but I was kind of confused on how it was such a bad injury, just because it kind of looked more just like a quick little like abrasion type thing. But it must have happened just the perfect point on his face and the perfect point on his elbow. Yeah,
it like reminds me like that sometimes happens in UFC fights. Like the really rough ones where like somebody will take a pop, but like gushing like that, I mean that's a cancel a UFC fight type of cut.
Yeah,
because you wouldn't be able to finish a round with it pouring out like that.
No,
I've never
came
seen
in and shot his free throws.
Well, he's so badass. It's like the polar opposite. Not knocking Tatum because you tore your Achilles and that's terrible, but like we've seen now a history of the Achilles tears. That was the most dramatic response to an Achilles tear. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Was it everything you expected from him?
Even more than Aaron Rodgers, which is like hard to do.
He was spinning around kind of like a dog that like wipes its butt on your rug, like just like doing circles. And I'm like, boy, he knows he tore it. And he's like thinking like he's got so many, what would Kobe do right now? Like, how do I make this about me? What am I going to say? And then because they say those injuries aren't as painful, like that it's not what, like his reaction is not what it feels like to tear your Achilles.
No, because you get the shock immediately after, right? Like it's like that's like the players. Like remember when like Dak Prescott broke like his entire lower leg and he tried to put his shoe back on. He thought his shoe came off and he slammed his ankle. Like because you don't have like you're not feeling the pain at that point because you just get a similar rush. So when that happens, he's not in agonizing pain. Yes, now he's surgery and everything. He's recovering. Hope that all goes well. He probably was in pain then, but instantaneous like that, no. It's just the moment. And I mean, I get it. Like. I feel like we've all been there when you get injured, like, and it's you just like start processing.
Devastating.
Like, I'm injured, like, and what's going to happen for the next months for him, more than that, maybe even. So, yeah, but the theatrics were on brand.
He's very much in his head. That's just like par for the type of player he is.
Yeah,
like it's like what LeBron James does when he doesn't even hurt himself.
Yeah, when he's laying on there.
Yeah, like that looks like every time LeBron James hits the deck. Mm-hmm. For his entire fucking career. But it was very, I'm a little disappointed in him. And I think Kobe would be because Kobe just sat there, was like, damn, tore my Achilles. Going to have to go shoot these free throws.
Yeah.
Like Tatum had to be basically carried off. He was a little bit Paul Pierce.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Throw me in a wheelchair. I might have pooped my shorts kind of moment.
Yeah. No,
I was thinking he might come out.
The stretcher almost came out, honestly.
Unbelievable.
It almost required it. Yeah.
You think the doctors were in there like, hey, dude, like they're going to get you online. No one's ever needed this.
I would be. I would love that to be in that moment if that would happen. But
Josh Hart's getting a transfusion on the, well, I guess it was 2 different games, but Josh Hart basically needed a blood transfusion. He was like, fine, throw me back in.
Yeah. Literally never left the court. I know. You hate to see it. It's definitely going to be a narrative of this series, regardless of what happens as things like that are. But hopefully, I don't know. I just hope the Knicks can take it away and this doesn't light a fire under the Celtics to close it out, because then I think when we get to the next round, it's just like they're not going to have it. The Celtics. They can't keep having these guys step up game after game after game repeatedly.
Derek White is a bad man. Derek White is very good at basketball. He is. I really like him. Like I've always liked him on the Celtics. He's the only player on that team. I kind of like Porzingis when he's healthy.
Yeah,
like fun to watch.
Fan.
Yeah,
he's good.
He's having a down series. Yeah, he's not playing great, and I just can't get over Peyton Pritchard.
Every time I see him now, I think about Sasha saying like he's like the kid with the bad haircut. And like his family did, like I don't like him now ever since Sasha said that, because I'm like, he's right. He's right. Like just if you look at him too long, it's not good for him. You don't want to keep looking at him for too long. Like it's
he looks like a booger eater. Like he's just a weird looking guy.
Yeah.
Just like not put together. And then he turns out there and he had there was one possession where I think he had Anunoby on him, and he had him on skates. Like I was like, this is unbelievable, and has to be embarrassing for a defender like OG, who's probably got 5 inches on him and was just getting broken down. Like he's really stepping up. I'm afraid for the Knicks because Jason Tatum was not having. I mean, that game he was playing great, but he was not having like a Jason Tatum-esque series to begin with. And maybe this and removal of Porzingis, and all of a sudden, I don't know.
I just feel like it looked like nothing could go right for the Knicks in that game, which like it just was one of those nights, and hopefully that doesn't happen again, because the offense was pain for them to watch that game. Like it was just painful offense on their end. So I feel like hopefully like that's not it was kind of a one-off thing. I hope.
And really quick whistle for Brunson. The refs were also really rooting for Game 6.
Yeah, 100%.
They called, I think his 5th foul was like Derek White hit Brunson's face with his arm, and it was like, well, that's where you're supposed to put your face.
Right. No. Yeah. Agreed. It was going for Game 6. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a Game 7. TBD.
I don't know. I think if the Knicks, I'm ice cold, so congratulations, Knicks. You're going to the finals. Because if the Knicks go to Game 7, there's no way I think they're going to win, so they will.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Sticking in the East, Pacers, Cavs. I feel like this is a series. I don't know how many people saw this one coming. Pacers win in 4. First team to win 3 road games in a series since 2005. That's quite impressive.
I did not know that.
Yeah, the Cavs team was a little bit beat up, obviously. I feel bad for them, honestly. Just the way their season went, the injuries, and to have it go out like this, losing to the Pacers in 4. It kind of sucks for the Cleveland Cavs, but the Pacers look good. I'm sure Sasha's not happy about this one since he's clearly not a Pacers fan. So they're going to be a tough matchup, I think, whoever comes out of the Celtics next series, especially with some rest now.
Well, everybody makes it all like it's Boston Knicks is like this great rivalry, but the real rivalry is Indiana, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my entire childhood was Reggie Miller going against the Knicks.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for that just because just seeing the 2 uniforms is going to be very nostalgic going at it in an Eastern Conference Finals.
Not if the Pacers wear their paint splashed.
Yeah, terrible. They look like Miami Heat uniforms. So those are the ones you're talking about?
Yeah.
The one
like
terrible.
splashed paint. It looks like an art class project.
No, they should make them only wear old school jerseys. That would be my rule for the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
I think Donovan Mitchell's like teetering on like a big time playoff loser.
Yeah.
Like this happened to him in Utah too.
I know, but he played well. I mean, he tried his hardest. Whatever that means, but he put up points.
Yeah, I don't know how you get to 64 wins and just get the shit kicked out of you by the Pacers, but second half of the season, the Pacers were one of the best teams in the East.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyrese Halliburton is the opposite of like a Donovan Mitchell, where this guy is a winner in the playoffs. Like his brand of basketball, the way Rick Carlisle, also amazing coach, never gets talked about.
Yep.
The way they play is very fun. I think it's the most fun. Them and Oklahoma City are the most fun, and Denver sometimes just because of Jokic. It's the most fun basketball to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like Knicks basketball is
Pain.
not a fun watch. The Celtics, who wants to watch them shoot 63 pointers? Not me.
Not me. Mm-mm.
What the Pacers are doing are great. It's electric. It's a fun, good team. They seem to really be rallying around each other. I like Pascal Siakam too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even if the Knicks get through, I still think the Knicks would win in a series. I think if the Celtics somehow get there, the Pacers are going to run them off the court because the Celtics don't have enough guys.
No. Agreed. Yeah, and the Pacers are going to get a little bit more rest coming
Yep.
off of this. And I feel like they're hot. They're just getting hot at the right time, and I feel like it's just momentum building at this point where it's setting them up for, I think, at least a competitive next series. I don't think they're going to get, blown. They'll win at least, I think, 2-3 games and whoever.
Oh yeah,
whoever they
for
play.
sure.
So,
I agree. And listen, they were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Everybody talks about the steps teams need to take. They are getting no respect. Like the next step for them is getting to the finals. Like they're on track.
Yeah. No, everyone just assumed Pacers or the Cavs were coming out of this, and I felt like that was part of the reason they weren't getting any respect. Like secondhand, everyone just assumed the Cavs were a much stronger team, but clearly not. So I think they definitely have proven they should be taken seriously here and a challenge for either Boston or New York.
Yeah, I agree with you. We'll see. Tyrese Halliburton is. He moves differently on a basketball court than like anybody else in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like smooth. Like he's like what Jordan Poole I could have been if he had more talent. Like they're both like that, like slimy. They kind of look like a baby deer on like a frozen pond. Is that a ridiculous? Next time you watch it, tell me. Yeah, and like slippy and slidey, like they're like on skates.
Yeah,
they're the only two. The only person I could say I'm always like, God, he looks like Jordan Poole with talent.
Okay, I'll have to look out for that.
Yeah,
but
I'll find some clips. I'll show you.
Yeah. And moving to the West, OKC versus the Nuggets. OKC up 3-2. Time of recording this, Game 6 tonight. What do you think? What's going to happen here?
I can't believe. Well, Jokic is the MVP. I don't think he's going to win, but like, boy, I did not see this coming. I thought they'd be out of there by now.
I know. Denver put up a fight. They've had Jokic has been up and down throughout this series. Honestly, he's great, and even when he's bad, it's still very good. But he hasn't been his top tier every game. But they've had other guys step up to keep them in this series. I mean, Aaron Gordon, clutch player of the year. Did they assign? I feel like that.
It was Brunson, but yes,
I feel
clutch
like
player of the playoffs.
Playoffs for sure at this point because he's just become a force for them throughout this whole playoff series. And I feel like the Nuggets, the Thunder, they're still trying to find their way here. Like Shea is kind of getting back into a little bit of a rhythm. Their number 2 guy, J-Dub, I feel like they're leaning on him, and he's been up and down too this whole series. They really just need some more consistency from their 2 through 5 guys, honestly, at this point. And they have guys who can do it, but it's just getting into a rhythm. Lou Dort has been pretty terrible up until this last game, and they rely heavily on him, obviously from a defensive standpoint, but then also hitting those threes. Caruso has really been the only main consistent guy for the Thunder, and he's definitely helped keep them in this series. Both his just general hustle out there, defense, and he's also been producing some points for them. So I think OKC takes this one tonight. I feel like the series might be weighing a little bit on Denver at this point. I don't know. We'll see. I hope it doesn't go to a Game 7, though, because I worry for OKC at that point, just from an experience standpoint.
I think Denver, Jokic is just, I understand what you're saying about like up and down, but like he's carrying this team in every way that like to the point now where they almost can't take him out. And like they are so shorthanded, and they do not have, they've got, Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray, like sometimes when he wants to play well, I guess. Like I'm stunned, really, honestly. Like the Thunder are having a historic season, and for this to be even the games they're winning are so close. Jokic had to play 44 minutes in the last game.
Not a 44-minute shape.
Scored 44 points.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking crazy. Like I heard a funny thing. Somebody was like, I want to show my kids and I tell him to sit down and watch the Denver game, and I'm like, do you see that kind of tall, like kind of fat guy over there? Yeah, that is the greatest basketball player in the world, and it's not even close.
It's insane. It's insane.
It's insane. It's insane. And he's owning them. And that's like, I mean, we are really, it's amazing that we are able to see all these great players in the league. Like we've gotten to live through, like I got the end of Jordan and then, you know, Kobe, LeBron, Shaq. And now like we're back and now Steph and KD are getting old. And it's like, you have SGA, you have Jokic. Like there's just like, he is maybe going to go down as the best center of all time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say.
It's crazy. I just think OKC's bench is kind of like really sucked. And they've always been like a team that's like, they're like the Pacers. They play 9-10 guys.
Right. No, I know. They're definitely not getting enough bench production. And I feel like part of it, honestly, I think is just because SGA's been like, I don't know, the whole team kind of seems like they fuel off his energy a little bit. And he's been so iffy that like it has everyone else a little bit rattled because they're not like other guys maybe are feeling the pressure to step up. I don't know. That's kind of just how I see it. But hopefully he's getting into a little bit more of a rhythm. And I think that if he can, you know, then hopefully that carries obviously into the next series if they're able to win this one. But they just haven't looked comfortable out there at all. And I don't know if that's part coaching because there's definitely been some coaching mistakes so far. Maybe that's like compared, and they're obviously youth, you know, too, inexperience at this point. But the narrative's going to shift. If they lose with this one, we're no longer talking about them being inexperienced. We're talking about them not being able to get it done in the playoffs, I think. Like, we're kind of right at that pivotal point where it's like you give them this year, definitely next year, higher expectations. And I feel like we're.
And then after that, trade everybody to wherever LeBron is with them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they took my advice and stopped. Isaiah Joe only played 5 minutes, so that's a good sign for the Thunder. Get that guy off the court.
Yeah. No.
He's become my playoff enemy number one. I can't stand to watch him out there. He looks very lost. Very lost. Doesn't belong on the court.
Well, we'll see if he's out there tonight. But last series is closed. Our last series that has closed up. Golden State versus the Timberwolves. Timberwolves winning 5 games. How are we feeling?
Womp womp. Jimmy Butler. Bummer. You suck. I'm Jimmy Butler gets. I mean, I know he got the Heat to the finals. He got him there twice. You got him there twice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I get it. He's 35, but you know, for him to like, he did not get them a win. He didn't get them one win. Incredibly disappointing. I'm shocked. You know, you put back in Jonathan Kuminga and he's your leading scorer again. Like Steve Kerr. I question. I mean, I get it. He's won 4 titles, but you've also had like some of like the most talented players rosters assembled of all time. This Kuminga benching at this point, it made no sense to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think this is really the end of the Warriors era for sure.
Yeah. I feel like there's that vibe kind of across the board where it's like, okay, you bring in Jimmy, hoping he can push you over the hump. Obviously, Steph gets injured,
sucked.
And then it kind of just all falters from there. But yeah, I don't know. The Timberwolves, I just felt like their style of play was just not. The Warriors couldn't match it for a full series here. They could not. I'm curious to see how they do against OKC or the Nuggets, like matchup wise. I feel like this is gonna be really interesting once we know who's there. But sad. I think I can speak on behalf of everyone. Like, it's kind of sad to see this happen for Golden State. Like, not many people, I feel like there's dynasties that people get sick of, and we were there, but now it's kind of like it feels real end of the era. It's kind of like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like, think about how long players play. Like Curry's 37, I know, but like he's going to play 2 or 3 more years, I would guess. Maybe, maybe not. I've yet to like come to terms with the fact that like, is next year his last year? Like, it's the Tom Brady ruins it for everybody kind of thing of like, you know, every quarterback's going to play till they're 45.
Right. Like, it's the expectation, not the shocking. I can't think of a better word.
Yeah, but I'm saying like LeBron, right. LeBron might be just the unicorn here. And in reality, Steph Curry is turning 38 next year.
Right.
And this might be it.
Yeah, it very well could be.
Oh,
sad. I don't think anyone's
sad.
ready for that.
Yeah, that's will be a tough one for me in terms of looking age in the mirror. So get healthy, Steph. We're in our prime. We got a good 5-6 more years.
Yeah.
I hope. I don't think so.
3 to 4. 3 to 4, we'll say. 3 to 4 years. So
My Achilles is feeling good. I don't know about Jason Tatum, but I'll send him my diet tips. Factor meals and peanut butter at 2:00 in the morning, and your Achilles is straight.
Golden.
Yep.
All right, we'll submit that to him. So, anything else on NBA playoffs? I think that covers that here.
No,
Right.
I'm waiting for Anthony Edwards. I can't believe Anthony Edwards is the second best player on the Timberwolves right now.
Yeah.
Julius Randle I did not have that on my bingo card as being probably the best player besides Jalen Brunson in the playoffs right now, and Halliburton.
I don't think anyone did. And it's going to be a real problem if Anthony Edwards is able to even step up. Like, if they have those two playing like this at the same time, it's going to be a force.
I know. I'm just waiting for Anthony Edwards to do it. And he's just, it's in there and it's coming. I mean, he's 22 or whatever he is. But if you would have told me the Timberwolves are doing it all on the back of Julius Randle, I would have said they're doing what? Losing in the first round, not making it back to the Western Conference Finals. It's pretty nuts. So I'd be surprised. I think it's going to take more. I do think Anthony Edwards needs to now. It's going to be him versus SGA. Which one of you is going to be the guy who can get your team there?
It's going to be a guy off. Yeah.
A guy off for sure. Sasha's favorite thing.
Yep. So that'll be good. Good to see. All right. On to the long-awaited. I mean, I can't believe this is finally here. The NFL schedule release has happened.
The best.
It was a little chaotic, the actual release of the schedule. I don't know. I wasn't spending a lot of time online the past few days, so maybe you feel differently. But I kind of didn't like all these little nuggets of information being leaked leading up to it, and then all the social media accounts having different ways that they're presenting team schedules. It was a lot, but I don't care because the schedule is here at this point.
Did you see what the Bills did for their leak video?
Tell us.
All right. Well, you should all go watch it online. But Josh Allen is shooting hoops in the facility because they have a basketball hoop there, and they do a lot of funny videos about it. And Brandon Beane calls him and is like, it's a schedule release. What should we do? And he goes, just use AI. And Brandon Beane, basically the joke is Brandon Beane doesn't understand what that means. So he hired Allen Iverson. And it's actually Allen Iverson. And he goes, here's the Bills schedule. It just holds a piece of paper.
Wow. That's
pretty
clever.
good. Pretty good.
That is one of the better ones I've seen out there, I think, so far. So we'll go through. I'll cover Cowboys first, kind of just run through, look at the schedule, my projected record. I would like yours, too. Got to get an unbiased take here, okay? I'll read through. You can tell me at the end. We'll go through the Bills and then, any other notables, major games, things like that. So kicking it off with the Cowboys. Thursday Night Football against the Eagles in Philly. Exciting.
Prime time.
Very exciting. I hate it. We're going to lose. This is an L on the schedule. L, penciled out, week 1. And
George Pickens, maybe he's got something else to say about that.
Maybe. I don't know. I just feel like Super Bowl champion, week 1 at home, Thursday night. I mean, the link is going to be rocking. It's going to be tough there.
We played the Rams 2 years ago after their Super Bowl and beat the brakes off of them. So it's not a guarantee, but I do agree. I'm a little nervous for you guys. That's going to put it's tough for for Schottenheimer.
Yeah.
There's
going to be a lot of narrative after week 1. I'm going to have to remind myself, play this back. It's just week 1. We penciled this loss in. Don't take this for what
just say, I miss football all year. I'm not going to let it fucking ruin me now.
No, I'll probably have to go to bed anyway at this point. It's a Thursday night game. I can't stay up that late, but I will at this point.
Hey,
so week 2, home versus Giants, W wins.
For sure.
Nothing further.
Giants schedule.
No. At the Bears, I'm calling that a W.
Okay.
Mostly because I looked ahead and I was like, oh, we need some more wins in here. But I don't know. I feel like, this is also a prospective game that I might go to. So while we're going through this, I'm trying to hit all of the 32 stadiums, okay? And I would need to go to a different one, obviously, each year to hit them all. Well, we can repeat at some points, but prefer not to. So away games, because I've already been to Dallas. This is a prospective one. I feel like a Chicago Bears game, that would be, I don't want to say iconic, but it's a good.
Well, they're getting rid of Soldier Field, so you're running out of time.
True. Okay. That's fair.
Okay, you have a very small human being living in your house now. How are you going to pull this off?
So plan is for her to come if she's over 6 months. And she's going to wear the cute little headphones in there. And then
it's crazy. Do you have to buy her a ticket?
No, she'll probably sit in my lap for 6 months. I feel like not seat. Not
What's the
needed.
rules on that? Have you looked?
It's probably like an airplane. Like if they don't need a seat, they don't need a ticket. That's what I would have to guess. I'm gonna have to do is probably every stadium's different. I would have to say, but I think that would be a nice one. People would, the fans. I wouldn't be worried about Bears fans being like.
No, they're a friendly bunch.
They're
I
friendly.
think.
So that's a good perspective. Chicago's a fine city for a weekend trip. So
Will she be at 6 months by that point, though?
It's gonna be close. No, I don't
Week
think
3,
so.
September 18th ish.
No.
Oh.
Okay, so we'll table that one because that would be the perspective one otherwise. Home game versus the Packers, Sunday Night Football. I'm calling that a loss. I
don't know. I'm not as high on the
credit?
Packers. Yeah, you are. Yeah.
I think I am. I don't know. Lambeau. Or no, it's at home. Okay, that might be a W. We'll see if I need to bump things up. Home versus the Jets, win. At the Panthers,
Big time.
Win. Even though not as easy as it once was, I still think it's gonna be a win.
I don't know. They're a wild card team for me because he looked really good at the end of the year, Bryce Young.
I know, but we still beat them when he was playing well at the end of the year last year.
They added a lot of players, but go ahead.
Did. Home versus the Commanders. So basically, NFC East games, I usually call a split. Like we usually we'll lose one, they'll win one. I'm going to call the home game a win here, and we'll probably lose when we go there at the end of the year. Bye in week 10. I feel like that's a pretty good week to have a bye.
That's a win.
That you're needing it by then. Like that's perfect placement. We've had an early bye the past few years, so I'm happy about that. At the Raiders, Monday Night Football. Win. Yeah, win. Big and time. Also prospective game to go to. I do not think that Shay would be coming
Vegas.
To this game. Yeah, I don't think Shay's coming to Vegas, but it's okay. She can be babysat for the weekend here. But
if your baby makes it to Vegas before I've ever gone to Vegas,
we
got problems. Vegas? No.
Oh my God.
And now my wife's going to Vegas in July.
Oh my God.
I'm the only guy who's never been to Vegas. It's probably for the best. People who know me would know.
Yeah. Watch out. Well, I feel like Allegiant Stadium would be cool. The stadium, everyone really likes the stadium. I feel like
it does look
that's
sick.
Like a fun perspective one. Monday night game's kind of annoying to go to though, in my opinion, when you're traveling. But home versus the Eagles. I'm calling that a W. We usually
don't
split
go to
the
that
Eagles too. No, I've already been there. I don't want to go back to the link.
This is a home game anyways. My bad.
Oh, wait, home
and
game,
you think that's a W. Okay.
Yep, home. I feel like NFC East games, like 1-1 against except for the Giants, 2-0 usually versus the Giants, but they usually split with the Commanders and Eagles. Home game versus the Chiefs on Thanksgiving, scheduled loss. Like we're gonna need our butts kicked.
Well, I need you to win because I want to enjoy my Thanksgiving.
Yeah, me too.
So I'll be rooting for. I'll be the biggest Cowboys fan in America.
The Cowboys have played so bad. They've been played so bad on Thanksgiving the past few years. Like it's just our scheduled primetime embarrassment. We kick it back to another primetime game the following week, Thursday Night Football against the Lions.
Have you gone there?
No. So that's on my list. I messaged that to my family before this, but they said, no offense to anyone in Detroit, Detroit is a trashy city. That's what my family said. They don't want to go. I'm like, it's a game. Like we're going for the game.
It's a city. You can probably find non-trashy parts of Detroit.
I said, and then my brother said,
they have a professional.
Freezing.
Okay.
And I said, it's going to be in a dome.
Right.
They play inside. So.
When you will go there via car.
No, flying.
No, I'm saying like to the stadium. You probably take an Uber.
Yeah.
You're not walking.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Tough it out, your family.
Because that would be fun. I feel like that'd be a fun place to go visit for a game. Not like visiting outside of the game, but.
And that, listen, you have that as an L. We don't know what the Lions are going to look like without Ben Johnson.
That's so true. That is very true. I think I'm going to turn that the Packers game to a win, and then I'm adjusting it.
Keep the L for the Lions then.
Yeah.
And we're doing, this is how we figure it out.
Yeah, but we'll call it like one of those as a win or loss, but we'll keep that there. All right, then we turn 3 primetime games in a row. I'm calling Thanksgiving primetime because it's afternoon. Home versus the Vikings on Sunday Night Football. I'm going to call it a win. We don't really know what to make of them yet at this point in time. It's a home game. I feel like the Vikings are going to maybe be looking good, and then we're going to upset. It's going to be an upset win.
Okay.
That's what I'm calling. A little frisky here, but
we don't know what J.J. McCarthy looks like. I think he looks small.
I was like, we have too many losses on the schedule, so we need a win. And I just went with the Vikings. Following that, home game against the Chargers. This one's
okay.
Iffy. I have a W. I don't know about that, though.
Do you only have one home loss here? I love it.
Probably,
look at you.
Which is so crazy because last year they were so bad at home. They were historically bad at home. But this is the pivot. You remember the lights, the roof? Jerry figured it out. He's figuring it out this year.
You come to Jerryville this year, you're going to get smoked.
Mm-hmm. You are. Only
Is that what they call it? Jerryville? Jonestown?
Jerry World.
Jerry World.
Only
That's
one
right.
team is coming out of Jerry World with a win this year. That's it.
Okay.
Who?
And it's the fucking Chiefs. Thanks a lot.
It is the Chief. And then closing it out, 2 NFC East games. At the Commanders, we'll schedule that the loss because I had the win earlier in the year. And then at the Giants, this is a flex game. Not sure what time, but it will be a likely win.
Who's quarterbacking at that point? Mr. Unlimited?
Jameis, this is frisky at this point. They could just be all the way down to Jameis by the time we get here.
Let's do a little fanfic. Wilson's already played so bad he's out.
Mm-hmm.
Then they bring in, what's his name? Dart.
Mm-hmm.
Dart's hurt.
Yeah, concussion.
And it's Jameis Winston.
He's in concussion protocol.
Hold on. Can I offer you one other? What odds would I get on this? Winston also hurt. It's Tommy DeVito.
Oh my God.
And Sasha has already, he's not on the show anymore because he can't continue to live like this.
He's following Totten. He's talking soccer.
Yeah, he's talking in a British accent on the show.
Yep.
He's like, hello.
He moved actually to London for this. I feel like who knows who we'll face, but I think it's going to be a win at this point. So that puts us at 12-5.
Jeez.
I should have looked this ahead of time, but let's see. Do you think are the futures in DraftKings or anywhere yet?
They probably should be now. I haven't looked. Let me tell you something. You're going to get good odds on 12-5.
I know I am. What would you expect from me otherwise? I can't put us under.
Yeah, sure. No, you're a fan. I was a little bit more realistic during some of the dry years with the Bills, but okay, 12-5.
Let's see.
It's a lot of wins. I got some.
I'm teetering on I told you to try.
Can you find the odds? I'll find the odds.
I didn't find
over under.
11-6 is like a possibility. It's a very real possibility, but we'll go 12-6 just because you got to err on the side of optimism when it's your team.
Well, it's the NFC East too, and somebody always comes out of somewhere. Somebody comes out of somewhere, out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Plus
2,800
to win the NFC. Do I go there?
Plus 2,800 to win the NFC.
Yeah, I'm getting sidetracked here.
All right, here you
I don't
go.
see it.
You know what your win total is? Hold on,
what?
This can't be right.
What is it? If you have 12, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, we're setting up for failure this year.
7.5.
That is assault. I feel like I was just
Whoa. Oh no.
Take that immediately.
All right, lock of the year. Nuclear missile play. We put $1.50 on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna clear my DraftKings on that.
You could hold on here. I'm just gonna confirm on one other site here to make sure I'm not having an aneurysm. Dallas over under is sitting at, I got 8.5 on another one. Okay, that's a little better.
I'm still taking it. Still lock of the year.
All right, lock. Cowboys over. Okay. All right.
I think 10 wins would be a good season. 10 wins.
Totally. 10 wins. 10 wins. You're fighting for the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's all we need. A chance to fight for the playoffs here. So we'll see. A lot of question marks here, but it's always question marks. You're a new head coach. Dak
he looks kind of like a putz, but so Mike McCarthy, fat putz.
Yeah. Dak coming off an injury. So there's a lot of question marks around here, but I don't know. I feel like the Cowboys still always find a way to kind of be in the mix a little bit. Last year, maybe an exception with all the injuries, but
who's your running back? Is it Rico Dowdle?
Probably one, but fight otherwise. I don't
think it's Rico Dowdle. I think he left.
No, you actually might be right. Let's see. Cowboys running back. This is how irrelevant has been to me. Running back.
I think he went to the Panthers. May I be so bold?
We have Miles Sanders, Javonte Williams. I forgot how we did that. Yep.
He didn't do well on Denver. Oof.
I forgot about Miles Sanders. Honestly, must have missed that news because that's not terrible.
He was on the Panthers. He was like the 8th running back on the Panthers.
I know, but I feel like he's better than what we had, at least.
I liked Rico Dowdle. You didn't like Rico Dowdle?
Yeah.
Now, did Rico Dowdle go to the Panthers? Hold on. I'll look that one up.
It says
correct. He is on the Panthers. Okay. You
Never
drafted
mind.
a couple running backs too, so we'll see.
Yep. Yeah, Javonte
And you
Williams.
got Pickens, CD, Jake Ferguson,
Fergie. Yep. So.
Fergalicious.
Yep. So we'll see. I'm interested to see on the CD and Pickens dynamic. That's going to be the keys to the season here. Is can they coexist and complement each other, or is it going to be just like a power struggle?
They're probably going to have to line them up on opposite sides of the field just to be safe.
Probably.
You know?
Probably just to be safe.
Yeah, split them up.
So yeah. So we'll see there, but I don't know. We'll lock it in. Over 10 wins I'll be happy with. We'll call it there now. But I'm projecting 12-5 on a good day, 11-6 if we're feeling a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, we're hammering the over. Make sure you write that when we talk about our futures later. Hammer the over.
Yep.
Okay.
So, all right. Hit us with what you got.
It's the best time of year where no hurt can be done to any of us. Isn't it great? Great. Well, the Buffalo Bills schedule came out, and we have a very easy schedule this year. I don't know. I'm done with the points of like, oh, how could this go wrong? Like, we're a great team. We got better over the offseason. We got Joey Bosa. When week 7 rolls around, we hit our bye. We get 2 guys coming off of suspension, all jacked up on steroids. Larry Ogunjobi, Michael Hoyt. All I need is Keon Coleman to get better. Every Bills fan doesn't want me to say this, but I'd love to bring in Gabe Davis for some competition this offseason. Jordan Poyer says he wants to retire a Bill.
Okay.
So we'll see. Got to figure out the James Cook situation. But as long as we get him into camp, I am jacked up. And this schedule is, let's just get into it. Week 1, I have this actually as a loss. Week 1, home against the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, honestly, truthfully, I think it's a win, but I don't want to get more. I can't hate Lamar Jackson and the Ravens that hot, that fast. So I'm just going to go into it expecting to lose.
Yeah.
I'll take a great win.
Okay, I get that.
And then
that's what I did with the Eagles, literally. So.
Yeah, just get that loss out of the way. Yep. Oof, and we're back. Then we've got the Jets. Get out of here. It's win by 50. We play the Dolphins. They have gotten so bad. Like, they've lost so many players. Anybody that's there doesn't want to be there. What's up with Tua? Loss. Saints, button this up for all of our really detailed listeners. I might have a little bet on the Saints later that we're all going to take when we talk about futures. That is a huge win. Home against New England. Now, maybe it's just scarred from years of New England, but I don't like Mike Vrabel. I'm a little afraid of Drake May. I still have this as a win.
Okay. Tougher than expected win. I could
maybe
see
not yet. I see that in the next when we play them later in the year. I think they might be rounding into something.
Okay.
Then we go to Atlanta. Michael Penix, no way. That's a win. So I have us. Then we hit the bye week, early bye. I'm not a big fan of the early bye.
No.
But last year, I think we had a week 13 bye, and I didn't like that either because I felt like we were like
barely making
just a bunch of injured, like dragging body parts into the foxhole to get healed up for 1 week.
Yeah.
So we go into week 7 after just smoking. We're 5-1. It's a beautiful, tremendous. Come out of it, go right to Carolina. That's looking like a game that I might be trying to travel to.
Okay.
Never been. Got to figure it out with the work stuff. Carolina, what do you think that is? That's a win. Although Bryce Young, I see you. I'm afraid, but I still think we're going to win that game. Oh, now we come into a little bit of, I guess it's just a 1-game gauntlet. Chiefs come to Buffalo, but we have their number in the regular season. I have that as a win. Okay, so I'm now at, what am I at, 8-1?
Well, the Chiefs are going to be doing their thing too, where they're spiraling at this point, and everyone's like, "What happened to the Chiefs? Like, what? Oh my god!" And then they're still going to be fine in the playoffs. So that feels right.
3 offensive linemen hurt. Kelsey and Swift on the rocks. Yeah, I love it. Then we go to Miami. I don't split in my trash division. That is another win. 9-1. All right, now I'm going to tell you just in this way. We play Tampa at home, and then we go on the road to Houston. I do not respect Houston, and I do not respect Tampa, but I'm going to say 1 loss in there.
Feels
you
right.
pick
like
your
it's
loss.
Just a little bit of a letdown game.
Yeah, so we're going in at that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that'd be 9-2.
Okay.
On to the Steelers. Does anybody know who the quarterback of the Steelers is yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, win for the Bills, 10-2. We play the Bengals. Who's on that team by this point? Has Joe Burrow sitting out like Deshaun Watson? Trey Hendrickson still out?
Trey Hendrickson's probably not going to be on that team by that time.
Is their coach fired yet?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
He's on the season.
Win 11-2. We go to New England. I don't split with the division anymore. I'm going to count this as another win. That's 12-2. We go to Cleveland. Get out of here. 13-2.
Which
we play the
quarterback will
Eagles.
be playing there? You have 5 options.
Is it Flacco? Flacco probably not by then. Oh my God! I hope it's Shador.
You might. What if it's Shador's like first appearance? In that
we win by 40.
Really?
Oh my God! Are you kidding? I can't wait for that. Maybe Deshaun Watson's healthy enough to come back by then.
That'd be fun.
I'd love to see him.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So that's a win. Boy, this is Sarah. I'm coming up 2 wins hotter than I was going to come into this with.
Wins.
Home against the Eagles. I'm going to just say they had a very long season last year. There's no way they're not banged up by this point. That's another win.
Love that. I'll be rooting for that.
Home against the Jets. Guess what? That's a win.
That's a win.
15-2.
That is an easy schedule. I love that for you, though. That's 15-2.
It feels nice. The 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to get you the 1 seed.
Oh, 100%.
And that's what I want. And just start the Super Bowl tape right then.
Mm-hmm. This is it. The tape's
this schedule
right now.
This schedule rocks. I'm so excited about this schedule.
It's nice. It's really nice.
It's kind of boring at points, isn't it? Like, oh God, we won by 30 again. Josh Allen's second. This is a Josh Allen 2-time MVP schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I can't not see it. I mean, I'm fine. Like, there's very few games in there that I feel like would even be a struggle. And they're all the ones that you said. And I still feel like the Bills are capable of winning them at that time. Obviously, we don't know, what teams might get hot at certain times and stuff. But 15-2, I think, is actually reasonable. I thought you were crazy when you told me that earlier. But after hearing this schedule, I can see it.
I was like, oh, the Bucks, you got to watch out. And then I remember Chris Godwin wasn't his foot bent completely backwards in the last, where's he going to be by then? Is he back?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, the Texans. First of all, Stroud looked like shit for the last 6 games of the year. And then I remember, didn't Tank Dell's entire leg explode? And Stephon Diggs what team is he on?
What's up with him? Is he still technically on the Texans?
Oh, he's on the Patriots.
Oh my God, I forgot.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
With Cardi B.
He's dating Cardi B?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They were at the Knicks game together.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Stephon Diggs is a dog. That's one thing. Listen, I won't say notorious. He's a ladies' man.
Yeah, I kind of love that it was very low key compared to the Swift Kelsey situation. They just showed up at the Knicks game together, and everyone was like, "Oh, I guess they're dating now."
Good for him. Good for Steph. Well, he's not on the Texans anymore, so now I'm looking at the Texans. I'm like, okay, Joe Mixon, I thought was old last year, played great.
Yeah.
Now he's older. It's just Nico Collins. Didn't they trade Laramie? They traded Laramie Tunsil for picks. If I remember correctly, he's a pretty fucking good left tackle.
Yeah, it's going to be very contingent upon
what
happens with CJ Stroud. Does he continue to play like last year, or was that just a sophomore slump? That's going to be the big question mark. But if you're going based off last year, then yeah, I think that's pretty easy.
Can I tell you what else? That I had one of those 2 as a loss, and the more I just sat here, I'm like, 16-1. Yeah. Have you seen Michael B. Jordan and Josh Allen's fiance there, Haley Steinfeld, doing press for this movie?
Mm-mm. No, I think I've heard the movie, but I haven't seen press.
Their press is very friendly. Mm-hmm. And I think that coupled with all the shit that Josh Allen's had talked about him, about the MVP, and now Michael B. Jordan sniffing around his fiance, they're about to get married. They might be getting married this weekend. I think it's coming up. Oh my gosh. I think Josh Allen is coming scorched earth.
Okay.
There's a real shot, and I'm sorry, guys, because this is going to be all year. He might put up the best statistical season of a quarterback ever this year. This is it. He's at his physical. This is the peak of everything for him. Age 28, 29 season.
No.
Like this could be it. He's got the monkey off his back of winning a Super Bowl. Not winning a Super Bowl. Jeez.
Oh.
Oh,
Now we're jumping
oh
ahead here.
man, I wish that were. I wish I could say that. The monkey off of his back of winning an MVP.
Yeah.
I
Super
just
Bowl's next.
Super Bowl's next. Also, like this could be the MVP run. He turns 29 in a week. Happy early birthday, Josh. I'll make sure to remember it this year.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think people aren't ready for what could be like the confidence he's having, the fuck you that he wants to give to everybody that really he got dragged. And he's still, you don't think he remembers being called the most overrated player in the league? What do you think, 1 year and he's just done rubbing everybody's nose in it?
No, probably not.
And Keon Coleman should get better. Dalton Kincaid can't play any worse. Khalil Shakir continue to improve. We brought in Josh Palmer. We're hopefully get a healthier year of Curtis Samuel. James Cook, I mean, if he's on the team, he should. I mean, he's going to be on the team. He's an ascending talent. And then our offensive line, we brought back all 10 offensive linemen. They were already awesome. It's just another year to coalesce together. We're gonna fucking kill these teams.
Probably.
It's amazing.
Well, I'm hyped.
What a time
for
to be alive.
I'm hyped for all of it. It's so exciting. So, and we don't need to be brought down by the Giants right now because we don't have to listen to what they're going to be.
No.
So we can just go on pretending we're going to have two teams that are over 10 wins here. And this whole podcast, man.
Let's just keep telling Sasha we're going to do a Giants preview on the next episode
And
every week.
Yep.
I told Sarah on the phone that I was just going to read Sasha's schedule, just be like, Giants at Cowboys, and just make a fart noise for every game. That is going to be, it's going to be hard. It's going to challenge our friendship in terms of like, because Sasha loves to give a good ribbing. I'm just going to have, I think, miles of jokes. Mm-hmm. I can't wait for Russell Wilson. I can't fucking wait.
I know. It's gonna be so great. And you know Sasha's gonna be all
unlimited jokes.
The minute that like Russell looks somewhat like decent, like whoever they play week 1, probably. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be so good. So good. Well, that was great. Talking football is always great. It feels good to be back with some NFL. Mm-hmm. It feels very good to be back. And I'm sure each week we'll get a little bit more. I guess we get a little bit closer to there. So closing now before the heat checks, a little PGA Championship talk. It's day 1, time of this recording. So we're kind of a little, I guess we'll go previews. Not going to really recap too much if you want to recap anything that happened today, but give us some insight, like bet-wise. What are you thinking for this? I know you've been pretty into golf, betting, or maybe you've cooled off a little bit on that. Not sure, but any thoughts for the weekend?
Well, I got crushed in the Masters, so me and golf have been on a little bit of a hiatus. But everything that they're saying about this tournament right now is like it's all for the long hitters. Like hit it long, hit it straight. Nothing else really matters. And I think it's going to be. I mean, I'm trying to look, just making sure that everybody's finished. Where the hell is Rory on here?
I was literally just skimming for quite some time looking for him.
Rory. Hold on. This is great podcasting. Did he not play? Where the +3. Boy, not tied 106. Yikes.
Yeah, okay. I might need to change my heat check bet then.
Yeah, he's sitting 8 shots back. I really like, I think Scotty Scheffler. Stop me if you've heard this before. I think Scotty Scheffler is really good and he's going to run away with this. Mm-hmm. Abe Oberg, as they say. I like him. Wyndham Clark, if he can hit it straight, he crushes the ball. And he's -1 so far, so I've got a little bit of a head start on the tournament. Okay. Wyndham Clark is another one that if he can get hot, I mean, his driver's like as good as it gets. Mm-hmm. But yeah, okay. But that's it's. You know who else? Matt Fitzpatrick has been playing really well. And did you hear the story about Matt Fitzpatrick? Mm-mm. That all last season, he had been playing with his driver that had an extra 2 ounces of weight in it.
Yes, I actually did hear that. That's crazy.
So first of all, that's insane. Somebody should get fired for that. But he's tied for 7th, and he's been playing a lot better. Turns out when he's swinging the club he's supposed to swing, he's playing better.
Surprise. And like in golf, a game of such technicalities, that's a huge difference maker.
Yeah, so I'm excited to get back into it this weekend. Me and golf have taken a little break from each other. Got a little too hot on the hole betting. I will not be hole betting on this. But I think just after Scheffler just wiped the floor with everybody at that last tournament, I think this is his to lose. He's obviously not in the driver's seat now, but I mean, it's early, and he's -2. Leaders at -5. It's right within striking distance. I can't believe Rory's +3. And when we get off here, I can't wait to watch. Also, Brooks Koepka +4. Woof. Big names played like shit today.
Yeah. I'm looking at this leaderboard, and I'm like, I don't recognize a good amount of people up here. Obviously, this is very early, but in the top.
Yeah, well, Steven Yeager's been in every tournament, but he loses in the third and fourth round.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Interesting.
We'll see. Well, good segue into our heat check, because my bet this week is the PGA Championship. I am going to probably regret this, but I put it in here and I actually already placed a bet. So we'll just keep it out there. I have a parlay of Scotty top 5, Rory top 10, Morikawa top 20. Yikes, I'm Rory. If you want to eliminate Rory, people, can we insert someone else? Maybe I'll pick someone else. Or maybe I'll
take Matt Fitzpatrick. Wait, did you bet? You placed it before the tournament?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get for odds? Probably not good.
No, not good. Yesterday. Maybe if people want to place it now, the odds are probably pretty good if you can do that. I don't know. Let's see. Yesterday, I got that at +502.
Okay. Yikes. That's probably good money right now. Although, I don't know. There's still 3 more rounds. Rory's very overweight in all these. When Rory gets hot,
he gets very hot. And he can drive the ball very far. Maybe not always, maybe he's not hitting it straight today. I don't know if that's wrong, but I feel like he...
Oh, that's the other one. Where's Bryson? Hold on.
Yeah.
We're crushing it for you guys today. Well, doing it live in the middle of the tournament is tough. Where is Bryson? He's another one.
I'm starting from the bottom.
I'll start from the top. I was meeting in the middle. He's tied 59. Found him. +1.
Max Homa, 79th.
Max. All right. Well, listen, if all of them are playing that bad, then I'm going to have to go back and watch some highlights, but I imagine some of them are going to get into it. So that bet's not dead yet. You're good.
Not dead. People can remove, if you're listening, you can remove Rory and just take the other 2 for now. And insert your favorite golfer in.
But just remember, Morikawa's a bitch. He's a bitch forever to me.
But top 20, he's pretty consistent.
He's just such a bitch, though. Sorry.
He's consistent. So we'll get Sasha's heat check inputted in here due to the time change. He's not answering us right now. So it will be on our social media accounts so you can see that. And if you're following along with his bets, probably will be something soccer related, if I had to guess, or maybe Knicks. We'll see. He is ahead of us, so he actually knows what's happening before it happens. So you might want to take whatever he puts out there.
I think. No. He told me he's got the Upper London Scallywags to beat the Brighton, the Narnia Forest. Right, that's who it was. Yep.
Yep.
4-2.
Okay. All right. No draw. Just 4-2. Got it.
The Scallywags. They're good this year. Shout out soccer. Yeah.
What do you got for your heat check?
Well, they got to do it. I'm taking the Knicks -2.5 at home.
Okay.
If you want to lose a bet with me, I'll also probably take the under because I think the pressure's on. I think we're going to get a 1990s type score. 99, 90, 94.
There's some ugly basketball.
Knicks. Also, I think if the wheels come off for Boston, they're going to come way off.
Yeah. They can't hit a shot. Everyone's just kind of
yeah. Oh, shit. We lost our best player. It's very loud in here. Let's just go home. Kristaps Porzingis just died on the bench.
He's just, pale.
Keeled over.
Pale. Yep.
Yeah.
I see it. So good. Well, that was a full episode. Hopefully this gets out online and people are listening to this.
We'll
see.
The
last time we solo recorded. But closing it out with a recap, because I know Sasha does that, so we'll put it in there. We hit the NBA playoffs. NFL schedule release. Super hyped for that. Very excited. Ran through the Cowboys and the Bills schedules. Giants TBD. Other news TBD on that, but looking very good so far. We did a little PGA Championship and closed it out as always with our heat check bets. Thank you guys.
What more could you want?
I know. Everything.
What more could these people want?
And someday we'll talk baseball. Someday. Not there yet. June, July. After NBA playoffs, baseball can come back.
Aaron Judge probably just hit another home run.
And
there
soccer,
you go. There's baseball.
I know everyone was happy. Everyone was really missing that there was no Premier League, Championships League, all the league talk today. But it will probably be back. Not next.
There'll
week,
be more leagues. There'll be more leagues.
Yeah, there's always leagues. There's always leagues going on. So thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you. subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment, share the pod, whatever you want to do to get us out there so people hear us. That would be great. But otherwise, we're going to keep recording anyway. So thank you for listening. We love you guys. Have a good one.
So